After years of preparation, Solomon begins constructing the temple in Jerusalem. This chapter gives a detailed description of the building and highlights its sacred purpose as God's dwelling among his people. Okay, so it's basically just how the temple was built. So the first part of this chapter covers timing of build. This temple construction begins in Solomon's fourth year as a king. Okay, this is 480 years after Israel's exodus from Egypt. The timing links the temple directly to God's covenant faithfulness from Exodus to the kingdom. Okay, so the second part of the chapter covers dimensions and layout. The temple is about 90 feet long, 30 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Main areas, they are the holy place front section and most holy place, holy of holies. A perfect cube, 30 to 30 feet. Okay, side rooms. Okay, the first the place. Okay, side rooms, three levels built around the structure for storage. The temple is made of stone blocks dressed at the quarry. No hammer or chisel sound is heard at the site. Okay, the silence emphasizes the holiness of the work. God's house was built with reverence. I guess the house is just built different, right? The third part of this chapter covers God's word to Solomon. In the middle of the building process, God speaks. As for this temple you are building, if you walk in my decrees, keep my laws, and obey my commands, I will fulfill my promise to dwell among the Israelites and not abandon them. The temple's true foundation was not stone, but obedience to God's covenant, right? So the interior design, and the inside is lined with the cedar wood, carved with guard, carved with guards and open flowers. Gourds, yeah. The most holy place is overlaid with pure gold, flowers, walls, and altar. Floors, sorry, floors, walls, and altar. Two massive cherubim, angel figures, made of olive wood, 15 feet high, stand in the hall in the Holy of Holies, with wing touching wall to wall. Doors are made of olive wood and decorated with carvings of cherubim, palm trees, and flowers. The inner courtyard is built with dressed stone and cedar beams. The beauty and symbolism reflect God's glory, holiness, and creation flourishing under His presence. The fifth part is the completion. The completion. The foundation was laid in Solomon's fourth year, right? And the temple was completed in his 11th year. So the total construction time, 7 years. Seven, the number of completion underscores the temple of God as God's finishes dwelling's place. Okay, what are the key lessons from the first Kings chapter 7? Let's see, because you apparently thought, oh, it was just they're just building a temple, but we got lessons here. The first one is God's presence is the true glory. The gold and carvings were breathtaking, but God's promises to dwell there as the temple's real treasure. Okay. The second lesson is reverence and worship matters. The silent construction shows care, respect, and holiness in serving God. The third lesson is obedience. It's more than architecture. Okay, God reminded Solomon that his presence depended on covenant faithfulness, not just a beautiful building, right? The fourth lesson is God's house reflects His majesty. The temple pointed forward to Jesus, one greater than the temple. Okay, that is written in Matthew chapter 12, verse 6. Okay, check it out. And to the church where God dwells by His Spirit. Okay, in his fourth year, Solomon begins building the temple, a magnificent structure of stone, cedar, gold, and carvings. The most holy place holds a giant cherubim and overlaid with God. God reminds Solomon that his presence depends on obedience, not just walls. After 7 years, the temple is completed. That's what happened in this chapter right here. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.